yeah, you feel refreshed even if you worked on this for hours and hours. So after the medicine, I tried photography and I enjoyed it, but still sometimes I had this moment where it was just hard to pick up my camera, and of course I always struggled with my self-esteem of not being talented enough, and just I couldn't dedicate myself to it because my heart, it was not 100% in it. So of course by the time I turned 30, I felt like I haven't lived that much. It was just like, of course, traveling and working and so on, but I still didn't feel lively enough. So I made a decision to just step by step realize my dreams, like some of the wildest dreams, just put it in reality, just for myself and for this experience, what we call life, and just to live again, like fully. So I went actually on the Camino de Santiago in Spain, which is a pilgrimage, 800 kilometers on foot. And I walked 2 months in Spain, and it was an amazing adventure. I got close to nature again. I got together with nature again, and I remember by the middle of it, I was like really feeling like I'm turning into a hippie. I am collecting herbs on the road of that 20 kilometers of that day that I did. I was collecting herbs and then making tea from them in the evening, just like a little witchy thing to do, to connect to the land, to your surroundings, to myself. So my intention to go on this journey was to figure out what I'm gonna do in the next 5 years, and I got my answer, and I'm very happy for that. So I decided that it came to me. It somehow came to me that nature is the answer for my life. That I need nature. I need to be in nature. And I want to live next to nature and forage and plants and collect stuff and make things and build my own house. So I already draw a plan what kind of house I want, and I was like, okay, homesteading, this is what I need to do. So when I came back from the Camino de Santiago to Budapest, after half a year or 1 year, I packed everything and I moved back home, and I found this lovely land and I bought it and started building a house with my own hands together with my father. So yeah, but of course now that our family is extended and we are more, the house, we want the house to become bigger a little bit, because it was only in the beginning like 4 by 4 meters, like a small tiny house just for me, living a life of a wild woman alone next to the forests. But I am happy that now I have a family and we're gonna have like a proper homestead, nice house. So maybe in the next or one of the next episodes I'm gonna show about the house too. So so this is how I came to the realization that I need to come back to my roots. So that's why I always think about Ithaca when I think about my home, because I went out. I went zigzagging around Europe, and finally, at the end, actually, I came back home. I also, after turning 30 and feeling that I need to focus on more crazy and creative and dreamy stuff of mine to make it reality, I went backpacking in Asia. I went hiking in the Himalaya on a Annapurna circuit. I learned diving. I did it like, I don't know, 15 times by now, in Thailand, in the Philippines. And I'm so grateful for this now, because of course now that I have a son, my life changed completely, but also to have a homestead, you have to dedicate your time for it, and it's not like I'm gonna go on a half a year backpacking trip somewhere in Peru or whatever. And of course the situation in the world, so I always think when I start to become a little bit depressed, and I try to say to myself, you don't need to worry, because you did the most of it, what you wanted, you know, like what I wrote in my little book. I have a little book where I wrote my dreams. So yes, this is who I am now, or yeah, you know a little bit more about me. So a little bit back to knitting. The sun, it's gone now. It's gone behind the mountain. So soon I think I have to finish, because I feel it start to get chilly and maybe the light gonna change so much. I have one question for you. I wanted to ask this question for a long time. I think it's a fun question, and I think it's good for everybody to escape a little bit now that to travel, you know, with your mind, if we cannot travel physically. So I wanted to ask you, now that we cannot travel because of the situation in the world, what is your way of traveling, you know? Like maybe you have a way that you'd like to share with us. For me, it's actually watching the show Somebody Feed Phil. Yeah. Somebody Feed Phil. Yeah. Or Someone Feed Phil. Okay. Sorry, but yeah, it's Phil, and he's funny, and he has a cooking show, or not cooking show, but a foodie travel show, and it's so funny, and it's just especially when he goes to places where I have been, it just takes me back so much into these memories, and I feel like really like I am there, and yeah, just travel, and I'm connected to this other part of the world, or this other kind of culture, even if just like a little bit, like 1%, or just a tiny little bit. And that's what we all want actually with traveling. So tell me, what is your way of traveling now? And yeah, let's talk just a little bit more about knitting before it starts to get dark. I'm so sorry, we had so much to do and I couldn't come earlier in this forest and relax and talk to you guys more. So 3 Fair Eye projects today. What I was wearing, the Arboreal, the Nightfall, what I'm knitting on, and then I have a project which is hibernating. It's on hold, and it was a test knit, and I'm so sorry for Monday Zillah. So sorry, and I apologize for Monday Zillah. Bunnymuff. Australian designer, because she's so amazing and I love so much her designs, and I was so happy that finally I could knit a full color work cardigan. But then because it has several sticks and I had no place and no training how to secure with a sewing machine the sticks, so I did not finish it, so I still have all the sticks on it, and this is how the cardigan looks like at the moment. So it turned out, actually, it was not intentional, but when I started knitting, I realized that my colors are so Christmassy. So my plan would be that I finish this one for Christmas too. So I'm gonna have 2 Christmas cardigans. So as you can see, it has many sticks. One in the front, one on the neckline, and 2 for the armholes. This is the first time I do this kind of style, so I'm very excited about it, actually, to see how this stick's gonna work and how to pick up. But because this yarn I used, ice yarn, it's a superwash. I want to reinforce it with a sewing machine. So the cardigan is called sorry, I don't know what it's called because she's